Good afternoon, YouTube. Hey, this is Scrappy Pappy here. Today we're going to be making some cigarettes with a Powermatic 3. A nice little electronic device I picked up to make cigarettes very, very inexpensively, where currently the date is 4/2 of 2022, and I'm here in the old messy garage trying to make some cigarettes for the week. We're going to kind of time it up. If we can finally see what that time is. It's currently coming up on 10:30 on a Saturday morning. Just gonna get out here, and usually I watch a few YouTube videos where I mindlessly actually make a few cigarettes. So I'm using today a crisscross Virginia blend. Let's see here. I get a lot of this stuff from Leaf Only and a few other online distributors. I'll put that link and links down in the comments down below. Pin them to the top. This machine, I didn't buy it from any of these tobacco suppliers. It was actually bought off of Amazon, and it was about 210 bucks when I bought it a little over a year ago, almost to the date. And I've ran 12,359 cigarettes through this machine. Current count is 0 for the day. It's got a counter, kind of let you know what's going on. I do use what's known as a Zen cigarette sleeve. So these sleeves come in for the Zen. You can get them in shorts, longs, menthol, and they come in with a 250 count. It's a pre-filtered sleeve that actually goes onto the device, like so. Wasn't that nice? Anyway, so you fill up the container here with your tobacco. This is actually how packed the cigarette might be, and it kind of varies with the tobacco, the humidity of the tobacco, and so you kind of have to play around and adjust with that to make sure that you're getting a cigarette packed as much or as little as you'd like, either in hundreds or in regular size. So anyway, we're gonna make a few cigarettes here, and see how long it takes us to do a few. I might end up taking this and speeding it up, and we'll run the clock around here, but right now 10:25, we're gonna get it going. I didn't have to cut any of this up. The sometimes if your leaves are very, very long, when they shred the tobacco, sometimes you'll have some long leaves. You may need to take some of those and actually take them and cut them so that you get into some smaller pieces. The other thing about tobacco is occasionally you'll want to go through, and I pile it up out here so I can kind of go through it and make sure that there are not any long stems or hard stems that might affect the machine in its packing ability. But it's pretty much a one-finger operation here, and is, for the most part, pretty much mindless, easy, and very cost-effective. Currently, if you're buying an all-natural tobacco, which this is, it's an all-natural tobacco. It's been like mega exploded or something. I don't know. They do something to make it a pound of it extremely larger, so you get more volume. But right now, cigarettes are running about $9.50 a pack. With this, these are running about $4 for 250 of these. Bags like this are running around 16 bucks. I can get about 2.5 cartons of cigarettes. I said 16 bucks. $4, 2.5 cartons out of this bag, which can tell you if you're paying $9.50 for a carton, $9.50 a pack. A carton of cigarettes costing you 95 bucks, maybe some tax, you're costing a $100 bill. And so from that, what we can determine is, do the math while you're watching me do mindless work. You'll figure out real quick that you're going to end up somewhere around $1 a pack. When I'll buy the sleeves in bulk. I buy tobacco, buy a lot of 1-pound bags. Occasionally you'll come across some of these kind of goobered, but they still slide right on. I'll buy 8 or 9 packs of these, of 1 pound sacks of tobacco, various types. You can blend them yourselves if you want, and it's pretty interesting. So check and make sure it's kind of packing out right. Yeah, that's nice. Very good. So here's one that's got a sleeve that was kind of messed up when it came out of the box. It didn't come this way. It only used part of the pack, and then the cigarette tubes kind of rolled around inside the box there when I put them up, and when I grabbed them, some of them were messed up. So there's a lot of manual machines where you got to push them down and do a lot of things like that, and pack them yourselves and then do a crank. And so I don't know if I'm just lazy or smart, but I like to make sure that this doesn't take me all day to try and make myself a carton of cigarettes for the week. All right, so we're back. The camera I was filming in 4K, 60 frames a minute, and apparently, this being the first video I've ever done, the camera overheated. So fiddled with the camera a little bit, made a few cigarettes while the camera was cooling off, stuck the battery back in, hooked it all back up, and currently I'm up to 116 cigarettes, and pretty crazy, but not that crazy. Open up a brand new box here. It's what 250 brand new sleeves look like coming out of the box, and they grab a whole lot better. I'll actually take, after a little while, it's probably not soon enough, but waste not, want not. I'll take a few of these, stick them in the box, get them out of my way for a little bit. Get in the box. It's always that one. So, now I think we'll get on a roll. I'm just gonna go ahead. We've trying to see. We got like 32 cigarettes out of the first filling of the page here. Hit the tobacco zone, and now we're coming up on 60. Yeah, not great. All right, we're up to 60. It looks like this is going to be 62. Hopper's empty. You notice I'm not packing this down or anything. No need to. This is pretty nice tobacco we're running today. Sometimes if it's a little more humid, or the leaves are a little bit too long, it can cause you a little bit of trouble, but not going to be our issue today. This is almost a little bit too dry, but they're packing out well, doing good. As this pile gets down a little bit lower here, we're going to see that we've got some. All right, so we're having some fun with the camera. First time using the camera. Anyway, I'm up to 129 smokes. Been fiddling with the camera a little bit. Looks like running 4K runs the battery down and overheats. So we kind of moved it down to 2.7K. Snail laid the 60 frames, I guess, per second. I guess that is. And made a few cigarettes while we're figuring all that stuff out. So now put me a little lump of tobacco out, and then I'm going to take it and I'm going to look through here, spin it around, see if I can find any sticks, stems, twigs, anything that might be even a little bit hard. Nothing much. Stem. After a while, you kind of get the hang of what you're looking for, stuff like that. Not that it's the end of the world. If it goes in the machine might clog the hopper, and I'm kind of hoping that happens in the course of this video, so you can see how easy it is that this machine is to unclog. Sometimes we'll do it when you get down to some tobacco that's kind of like this kind of powder instead of this size of a leaf. This is about the perfect size leaf. But sometimes if it gets too dry and you crunch it, or it got over shredded, sometimes you'll end up with some of this powder. It's still smokable, but you've got to take this machine down to the very lowest compaction, which is the small bar, just by pressing the button, cycling it through the packing options. So looks like nothing's really standing out here. I've got a pretty full bin, but I figured I'd go ahead and get this done. And let's see where we're at on our box. This here box is getting fairly full. Out there with about 100. Cigarette number 130 going in the machine right now. And so we started at essentially 10:25. I haven't moved the clock, haven't made any other changes. Chicked around with the camera. Had a few tubes that I had to mess with here a little bit. Get them going in the machine because I messed them up. And it's packing a little bit too loose. I've got it on the smallest bar because I thought some of this was a little powdery when I put it in. So I'm going to move it up one bar. Other than that, it's pretty well packed. Let's see what happens. Just about right. That's the way I like it. So the other thing you can do is, of course, now you're doing this. Where are you going to put all your? You're going to put your cigarettes in. You're going on a long trip. You may just use this box. I've been to the airport with a full box to go out on a long vacation. TSA had no trouble with that. I'd put it in a plastic bag, though, if I was you. If I put it in my not carry-on baggage. I'm going to put it in my carry-on baggage. I'm just going to leave it into a clear Ziploc bag. And if they got any questions, they can ask away. So it looked like to them that this would be a Zen cigarette. And it's just a Zen brand of filtered tube with your choice of tobacco. Going pretty good, going pretty awesome. You know, if an old guy can do it, probably anybody can do it. So if you're a mathematician, I've ran 12,510 cigarettes through this machine. At approximately, let's just call it $1 a pack. It's my true cost of tobacco sleeves. At this point, the machine's already paid for itself. So you do the math. Compared to $10 a pack, that's quite the savings. Powermatic, it's called a PM3 or a Powermatic 3. Again, it's about $210 on Amazon. I haven't checked in a year. It may have gone up. I got Prime, so Amazon Prime, so I didn't pay any shipping. And these tobacco suppliers, you buy so much from them, they don't charge shipping either, or it's pretty cheap. I bought, last time I bought some was about empty. That was cigarette number 160. A handful of this in here. So, not sponsored. Just saying, this is the most economical thing that I could find. And didn't start doing this until, you know, we were kind of well into the good old pandemic, plandemic, scamdemic, whatever you want to call it. So weren't traveling as much, so a little extra time in the evenings or on the weekends to save some money. Usually while I'm watching a YouTube video. We just hit cigarette 180. 20 more cigarettes to go, and we've got a full carton. So far, first video blues: camera trouble, overheating trouble, battery went out. And still, looks like we're going to be on point for roughly 45 minutes to make a full carton of cigarettes, even with all those delays and my personal irritations that you didn't have to live through. I did start with an empty box over here that I'm slowly but surely filling up. And so I'll pretty much know by counter when I get up to 250, which was the number of sleeves that came out of the box. By the way, you can get sleeves like these from any of those tobacco suppliers. Menthol, non-menthol, regular, 100s. And even some of these that have CBD papers on them. Never tried that. But to each his own. And the different blends of these tobaccos, you can get Kentucky and all different types of blends. You can even have a menthol blend with just a normal tobacco. They have little spray bottles where you can, if you want an apple tint to your hint of apple taste to your cigarettes, you can kind of sprinkle them with a little apple spray or maple syrup, whatever the hell you want to do. They've got them out there. I don't do any of that. It's there, and you can also use that if the tobacco's just a little bit too dry. You can utilize that to kind of add some humidity to it. They also sell little containers so that you can, it looks like a pack of cigarettes. Let's see, let's have one out here with me just right yet, but something to put some cigarettes in. I found some are better than others. Some won't even hold 20 of these cigarettes. But they've got metal ones, and again, find something that works for you. Ladies and gentlemen, the clock stops here. You've achieved 200 total cigarettes. That's a full carton, would you say? And so we started down here, 25 after, with all these other irritations, and still we're roughly 45 minutes. So she said, you know what? I'm going to make a whole month worth of these cigarettes. Just sit out here for, I don't know, 2.5 hours. For me, anyway, we'd end up with 4 cartons of cigarettes. Since my box of sleeves actually holds 250, pardon me, a couple of packs. I'm not shoving these in packs, so I don't need them in packs of 20. So I can actually just 250 of them. I stick them in the fridge out here in the old garage. I come, scoop them up, put some in the pack, put some in the baggies, depending on whether I'm traveling or not. Or if I'm just hanging out in the garage, working on the old computer. Got a little round J box over here I just throw them into. Pull them out when I want one. quit it. There you go. Bam. So the good thing about buying these things for about $16 to $18 a pound is that, you know, it's not that expensive comparatively to cigarettes in general. Those are getting a little bit too loose. I want to, should have been checking them. So I'm going to increase this to the top bar. I did have it here, so I'm going to move it up to this top bar. And we'll let that rip, tater chip. Make it happen. Let's check that one out. See? Pretty firm. That's the way I like them. I think gripping them too hard. Boom. The old copper going empty. 222 cigarettes. So the servicing of this machine is not all that hard at all. The interesting thing about this Powermatic PM3 machine is it came with virtually no instructions. Pretty much said put the tobacco in, put the sleeve on there, hit the button. No explanation of what the bars meant, how to clear your daily counter or your count. Really nothing other than a little bitty note up here that actually tells you to, for cleaning, do not put your hand inside the hopper, avoid fine or long cut tobacco. We kind of talked about that. Clean the spoon after use. Have you seen my spoon? I haven't either. That's the rod that comes out of here that pushes the cigarette tobacco into the sleeve. That's called the spoon because it's kind of semicircular, and I'll show you how to do that at the end. We're going to get up to 250 because, you know, that's how many I'm making. We're up to 228. You don't have long to wait. That one was a little tight. So if you're a prepper, which now in the 4th month of 2022, that's not a bad word anymore. Doesn't mean I wear a tinfoil hat, especially with what's going on around the world. Limits on groceries, shelves not being full at your local grocer. Can't find eggs, gasoline, 100% up from where it was a couple of years ago. I saw a report where a guy was complaining that in California, just yesterday, he was extremely pissed because he went down and got a loaf of bread and a gallon of milk. It was $10. So for me, anytime I can save money and spend what's almost been an hour while filming a video and having a few other issues here, I've made more than a carton of cigarettes. Number 245, 246 just came off the machine. Just screwing around. $2.51 right there, and we're not even up to the hour mark. So we're going to stop the cigarette making right there because I have enough to actually fill my box, my empty box that I got out. Started throwing cigarettes in. Turn this around a little bit. And this crisscross Virginia blend mega bag, which is kind of an oversized bag for the poundage, the 1 pound that comes in it. It's just, I don't know how they fluff it up. I don't know what they're doing to it, but it doesn't involve chemicals, so I'm good with that. You'll find that there's a lot of suppliers out there, and like I said, anywhere from 14 to 22 bucks, depending on what brand you buy, of this 1 pound of tobacco. You can buy smaller packages if you just want to try them out. Every site has got, you know, like 8-ounce bags, so you can kind of try them out if that's the way you want to go. Make sure you're not wasting money. And then they've got all different types of sleeves, different, like I said, menthol hundreds, regulars, and then they'll sell you anything else you want out there, such as things to hold your cigarettes in. So that's kind of the deal. I'm doing what I do, which is save money. My calculations have come out the last 5 bags of these things that I've done, that I'm at 95 cents a pack of cigarettes. So you do your own math. I kept up quite a while with what I was paying, how many sleeves I was utilizing, and working it out to a fine detail of exactly what it was costing me. But you know what? If it's 10 times cheaper, it's 10 times cheaper. So that's about all I got to say about that, as Forrest would say. So get out there and save yourself some money and enjoy the end of the pandemic. And prep all you can. Have a great day. Scrappy Pappy out.